Hey guys, Fvourite here, and if you remember 3 days ago, the most horrible thing ever happened. Horrible thing. The lead singer of one of my favourite bands, Linkin Park, Chester Bennington, passed away due to suicide by hanging. And the reason that Linkin Park is my favourite band, not only because I have every single studio album they've released, it's been a big part of my life growing up. I mean, I grew up since the very first album. For example, many of you may have this album, R.I.P. This was originally what their previous name, band name, was going to be. As you can see how they all looked back then, all the track listings. Yeah, this is where it all began. Fast forward to 2003. Oh, sorry, that's before it. This was a remix album, so it wasn't really a studio album, it was actually released a remix album. Many of you may remember this one, Reanimation. As you can see, this one had about 20 tracks on it. You can see it's the exact same tracks as R.I.P, but remixed for that album. But then, fast forward to 2002, 2003, they released their second album, which was Meteora, and the song, my favourite Linkin Park song is on this album, Faint. That is what made me sorry, I'm still shaking from the news. This made me a huge fan of them, this album itself. And I mean, and also, not only just because I have every single album of theirs, being a huge Linkin Park fan, I'm just lost for words, because I mean, like I said, I'm still not over Chester Bennington's passing. It's too much to take in at the minute. But if I had to say from the R.I.P album, my favourite song would have to be I can't decide because there's so many good songs on the album. I'd have to say Crawling. Crawling is one of my favourite songs off the R.I.P album. And then the remix of Points of Authority is my favourite on Reanimation. And as you already know, on Meteora, Faint, which is my absolute favourite Linkin Park song and my favourite song on the album. Then right after that, they did like a little collaboration with Jay-Z, and then Collision Course came out, and that came out in 2004. So two years later, year or two after Meteora came out, they released this one. And I've got this special edition which comes with a DVD, which is like a live performance of every single track on the album. So if you haven't got this album, I recommend getting it. It's really good to listen to. I mean, also get the other ones that I've mentioned. These ones, get them as well because they're good. And but what can I say about Collision Course? It's a hell of a collaboration, loads of remixes. Why shouldn't you get it? And plus, it's about 13 years old now, so it'd be even cheaper to get. So I got this the day it came out. So it's being a huge Linkin Park fan, obviously anybody would. And fast forward another few years, they released. Oh, that's too new. Hang on. What did actually come out after that? No, it was that one. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, they're in the wrong order. Alright, there we go. I think that's right. Just double check the years on the back of these two so I know which one it is. Okay. This one. Ah, okay. yeah. Okay, so after Collision Course, they released their third studio album. Put a little glimpse of it there. Minutes to Midnight. And as you already know from that sticker on the front, they did a song for the Transformers movie, What I've Done. But there's a lot of good track listings on this album too. That's the other thing. Every Linkin Park album never disappoints. And my two favourite songs on this album would be... actually, they're all good. That's another album I can't decide on because there's so many good songs. But my absolute favourite heavy songs would be Giving Up, Bleed It Out, and like the more mellow, subtle songs would be Leave Out All the Rest, Shadow of the Day. Those are my favourite songs off this album, Minutes to Midnight. So yeah, pick that one up as well. I'll tell you one thing, Linkin Park music really gets you pumped up for the gym. Trust me, I listened to a lot of Linkin Park when Chester passed away. You know, in memory of him, I wasn't working out in the gym a couple of days ago. Linkin Park music videos all through my workout. Help me hit those weights, no problem. But then in 2010, they released this album. They released their fourth album, 1,000 Suns. It's a good album. It's a good album, as you can see. It was like a new take on their genre, as you can see. This was the first track of the album, Catalyst. And then they released Burning in Skies. No, sorry, Blackout, which was in FIFA 16, I think. Oh, FIFA 16. Yeah, FIFA 16. Yes, I think it was FIFA 16. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, FIFA 16 had Blackout on there. So that's good as well because, you know, I do like playing a bit of FIFA now and then. But that's irrelevant for this video. This video is about Chester Bennington and the impact Linkin Park had on my life. And each one of these songs, it really helped me. I mean, Meteora was the one that really set the fandom for Linkin Park for me, and made me a huge fan of them. And but anyway, fast forward, you know, they go on to the 1,000 Suns now. Yeah, it's more of a unusual album, but I think, in my opinion, I might be biased, but I love every single Linkin Park album. But I'll get to the latest one in a moment, so bear with me. So yeah, so that's 1,000 Suns covered. And then a few years later, they released. Okay, let me just double check because these two are a bit confusing. Right. Okay. Yeah. So 2 years later, they released their fifth album, Living Things. Let's see if we can try and make out the actual name, but probably the contrast and the color ratio. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, as you can see with the label at the bottom there, it's just like a little review from various sources. And you've got that one there. Let's turn up track listings for it. I never had Medal of Honor World Fighter, but Castle of Glass was in that game from their YouTube channel. According to their YouTube channel, where the music video for that song is, it says featured in Medal of Honor World Fighter. But the first song of this album was Burn It Down. And Victimized, that is a really good song, a really heavy song from this album. And you know, they've done well with the fifth album. That was a really good album. And you know, I definitely recommend getting it. If you're new to Linkin Park, start from Hypertrophy and work your way up, and you'll see how they've improved over the years, continuously reinventing themselves. And then we fast forward another couple of years to 2014, and then they released A Hunting Party. This is the penultimate album to the latest one. There's no physical, like no actual name Linkin Park Hunting Party on the front, but it's all on the side here, as you can see. I'll just put it that way so it's more visible. As the camera focuses in. Just take my word for it. As you can see anyway. And that's all the track listings on the back there. Guilty all the same, that's a good song. Final Masquerade, that's more like a little mellow version of their songs. But Guilty all the same. Chester hitting those really high, screaming those notes. It's unlike any other. I mean, Until It's Gone, that's another good song. That was the second song of the album, and that was a good song. The music video is pretty cool as well. And Final Masquerade, that's like a nice little chill out version of their song, so it's pretty cool. But I mean, mind you, all the songs on the album are pretty heavy, which is my favourite style of Linkin Park's music. But then, then you got like a little Live in Monterey DVD which comes with it. So I've got a DVD of this one because it's a special edition. And yes, and if you're if you're a bit iffy about songs with strong lyrics, this song has strong lyrics. I think it started with. Bear with me for a moment. I'm just going to check through. Yeah, so from Collision Course onwards, they started using a lot of profanity in their music. So not that I've got anything against it. It's always cool. It's cool what's there now and then. But anyways, I'm rambling on. Let's just crack on with it. So that's Hunting Party covered. The next one, as you've already guessed, which is their 7th and latest album, One More Light. As you can see, all the band member shadows. There he is. The one we just most recently lost, Chester, there on the cover. God rest his soul. And then you see, as you can see from the side there, and then on the back there, and all the track listings are in that circle as well. But if I had to pick my favourite song of this album, it would have to be, well, it's going to have to be Heavy. The first song they released off the album, Heavy. That would have to be my favourite song of the new one. Of the Hunting Party would be Guilty All the Same, as I mentioned. Living Things, I think I said, yeah, Victim Eyes was my favourite on that one. Thousand Suns, I think on that one would be Blackout or The Catalyst. They're two of my favourites on that. And Minutes to Midnight, I would say What I've Done. No, I didn't say it down. I said Bleed It Out, Giving Up. And my favourite heavy songs. The little chill out mellow ones, and my favourite ones would be Leave Out All the Rest and Shadow of the Day. Those are good songs. And then on Collision Course, well, I'm going to be the third track. I'm not going to say the first word because it might sound a bit. Well, never mind. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see why I'm not going to say the word. Track number 3. That's why. So and then a Meteora is going to be Faint. That's all the track listings there. Probably didn't show you guys that, but there you go. I'll show you guys now. It might not be a clear shot because I took it there. But, and then of this one, it was of Reanimation. It was the Points of Authority remix. And of Hybrid Fury, it's going to have to be. Actually, I've changed my mind. On Hybrid Fury, it's either Crawling or One Step Closer, which was the One Step Closer. Sorry, was the first ever song off this album, and their debut single in the mainstream business, that is. And yeah, and I can't believe it's 7 albums. Chester's voice has been in all 7 of these albums. It's, well, I've got 8 here because Collision Course is not really an album. It's a studio recording album. A mashup album. It's not real. It's not really an album. So yeah, so that doesn't really count. So they've done 7 studio albums. Taking out Reanimation as well because that's not really a released album. There you go. That's every single album that's been released. So we've got here Hybrid Theory, Meteora, Minutes to Midnight, 1,000 Suns, Living Things. What was the other one? One More Light, and every single CD is there anyway. If you can see The Hunting Party. Yeah. So yeah, I thought I'll just showcase all my Linkin Park CDs that I've got over the years, which is actually harder for me to take this thing in. I'm still getting over the fact that Chester, he's no longer with us now. So well, I'm going to wrap the video up there, guys, and say thank you, Chester, for your contributions to the music industry, and thank you for using your voice in all those albums over the years. And all I can say is, I just hope you're not suffering anymore. Because I read online, how trouble of the past you had, and I can relate. I was bullied when I was at school and so on. So but anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up now, guys. I'm gonna say rest in peace, Chester. Thank you for all the memories. And me and many other Linkin Park fans around the world will make sure that you will never be forgotten. This is King Taker 270 signing out, and rest in peace, Chester. Thank you.